Okay, guys, welcome back. Sorry about the delay. We are already in round two. We have KodeStrife versus Fernandis. From what I can tell, looks like it is a Monofire against a Monoearth with a Avalanche package. It looks like Monoearth with the legendary Barret, the new one from Opus 25. Emmett Selk, Warriors Relied, Billy Bob, pretty typical Monoearth there against Monofire. So interesting matchup here. Let's see where we are. Yeah, sorry, we did lose a bit of the game. We have one computer here that needs to print some stuff for the tournament, and I wasn't able to get the stream started right away. But this is round one, best of one. Sorry, the first game of the best of three in round two. Monofire versus Monoearth with a slight Avalanche package. So we've already ramped up to 5 backups for the Monoearth for KodeStrife, who, by the way, is this is his actual Twitch channel that we're using to broadcast the MATERIA Cup. So thank you guys for all the follows and all the support here. He is one of the people here in Spain that really tries to encourage people to give people an opportunity to learn more about Final Fantasy. He does lots of reviews of the spoilers that come out, and he'll talk about meta decks and things like that. It's in Spanish, but if you guys can follow, he would really appreciate that. So now that shout out is over, let's get back to the game. Looks like we've already got eject. We've got a haste goblin on the field, and I think there's already one damage. Which is a selfie, I believe. Yeah, so 2 damage, 3 damage, another selfie. He's gonna pull another card from the break zone. So this is a matchup against 2 people from Barcelona. They're locals here. I play with these guys every Saturday at our local scene. Both these guys have been playing for quite a long time, since basically Opus 1, Opus 2. Lots of experience on both ends of the table. I believe actually both of them made top 4 in a recent local qualifier we had in Barcelona. All right, we're gonna pay 5 for the Cloud. Cloud's coming in. We're gonna ping the Warrior of Light and exile Emmett Selk. Draw 1 and probably discard the Goblin to finish off the Warrior of Light, I would imagine. Oh, gonna exile the Emmett Selk and Mist Dragon. I suppose comes the Goblin. Yeah. Playing another Haste Goblin, giving Cloud haste, I suppose. There. Phoenix. Gonna do 9,000 to Ingus. Cleaning up the board a little bit and passing turn. All right, cool. So this is an interesting matchup. Code was a little bit nervous coming in against Monofire because that was kind of the deck that eliminated him from the local qualifier. But he made some changes to this deck. I think he took out a little bit of the Avalanche package that he was running and went to some more standard Monoearth. So let's see how that pays off for him here. All right, we're gonna pay 1 for the Leo. Okay, Leo comes in. We got our backups can play any color. And we're gonna throw the Titus. Suppose we'll likely pay 3 more CP for the effect. Yep. Sending the cloud out. Damage with Chef. And scooping. Yep. So Monoearth wins round 1. Interesting here because I would have imagined that we might be seeing a different result based on KodeStrife's feedback after the qualifiers. But seems we're good here. No worries. And moving on to game 2. Okay, so moving on to game 2 of this best of 3. All right, so KodeStrife is going to we're going to play human, draw a card, pass turn. An attack with Barrett. Barrett's got Brave, 1 damage. I'm going to search for the epitaph. And then displaying the sauce, you look for probably, I would assume, an Amaterasu, maybe? He's thinking about it. Going to go with the Ifrit. Okay, going with the Ifrit, 1-cost Ifrit. Passing turn. See what's in his hand. We got 1 Ifrit, 2 Ifrits, I think, actually. Mont Blanc, Ifrit. Gonna hit again. Selfie X burst. Gonna pull back the ward. So lots of potential incoming damage from Fernandis, which is likely what he's going to need here pretty soon. See if he wants to take care of that Barret now, or if he's gonna wait. Probably wants to put a little bit more on the board so we can make better use of those Ifrits in hand. So we're gonna do 7,000 here, or 8,000. Yeah, then Mont Blanc will finish it off. Barret to the break zone and pass turn. We got some pretty good value out of that Barret. It's playing it early. Didn't get to make use of its ability, but did get to get 2 damage in. Vincent's going to come in, 5,000. All right. Just setting up 2 backups there. Going to hit with the ward. That's Leo to the break zone. Sorry guys, I'm doing my best here with the damage. A little bit tough on my own, so we're gonna. Okay, so we've LB'd the Luso. And search for a standard unit. Fire standard unit. I'm gonna take the chef. Yeah, the free backup play here makes sense. Puts us up to 5 backups already. Keeping that Mont Blanc active. Just if we don't have the Amaterasu, just to kind of threaten that we do have it. Well, I don't see it in the hand. I don't think he's actually got it. We can still throw the Ifrit out. Yeah. All right, we're gonna pay 4 Emmett Selk. Yeah, he's gonna kill it. Yeah, 10,000 there. Someone has stolen my monster. Don't know where it is. I'll take a look for that after this round. So yeah, the venue that we've got today is actually quite nice. It's pretty large. Definitely enough space for the 55 players that we've got today. There's also like a side event going on with some board games. You come in and try some new board games. You can learn. I think they've got a table of One Piece. There's the new Gundam TCG that's coming out. They've also got a table over there. Pretty cool event altogether. Some video games, I think some indie games. Yeah, pretty cool event. All right. So we're gonna hit with the Luso. No experts, and we're gonna hit with the ward. No experts, and we're gonna play the Goblin for the Mont Blanc. Gonna search another Goblin. Is it gonna be the Haste Goblin? He's gonna play it immediately. Okay, next damage Goblin, and then the Goblin Princess. But we're already at 5 backups, so unless Fer is planning on ditching one, this might just be used to pay. I think, let me see if he's got he does have a Shinryu in the deck, so he may be thinking of pitching a backup, playing the Princess Goblin and looking for the Shinryu if he needs it. Although I think right now he's okay. So that puts us to, should be 3-3, 3-2, 3-2, yeah. All right, we're gonna throw the Warrior of Light. We're gonna Amaterasu. Yeah, then we're gonna pitch the Goblin. We're gonna go ahead and get rid of it. We're gonna dull the Warrior of Light before, take care of that Luso, just a 5K. Yeah, pretty equal there in terms of economy. Both played from the backups, so nothing from hands. Oh, all right, we're gonna play the Jack for free. No forwards there to do the damage to. We're gonna play anyway. All right, looks like it's a Kolka to the break zone. Sorry, to the damage. And potentially another forward coming down. I did see the rain. I think he dropped the rain at first, but then changed his mind to play the eject. I don't know if there's any pressure right now to be throwing down forwards, and maybe want to be just a little bit hesitant of is Code carrying. Yeah, he's got 2 Shantoto backups, and he does have the Shantoto in the limit break. But we're already at 5 backups. Yeah, we're gonna throw the Cloud. And we're gonna exile 2 cards. Didn't see which ones they were. Looks like a Leo and something else. And we'll pass turn. So Fernandis right now has a pretty good board up. Some high 9Ks there. Although he did play 2 cards that deal damage when they enter the field without any forwards to do the damage to. So we'll see if that ends up playing a factor here as Code tries to rebalance his board a little bit. Yeah, we've got 1 Amaterasu in the break zone. Gonna get those damages correct. Should be 4-2. Yeah. No, I'm pretty sure the eject came in by itself. Unless Code preemptively removed the layout and I missed it, which obviously could have happened. Trying to manage the damage, the stream and cast solo. So sometimes I have to switch off screens and I might miss a few seconds of the match. But I think it came in solo. Cloud definitely came in solo. Alright, we're gonna play the Emmet Selk. This time it's not gonna die immediately. Yeah, because Fernandis has already used all of his backups. He does have the Ifrit in hand, which is what he used to kill it last time Emmet Selk came down. But it'll live this time, so we'll get the effect off. We got the Ingus. Yeah, I think it's gonna come down here. Yeah. And sorry about the camera movement there occasionally. Players hit the bottom of the table with their knees. A little bit of movement there, but hopefully it doesn't make anyone too motion sick. Alright, so we're gonna pay. Are you thinking about paying? Or he's planning his next. Yeah, it looks like that rain maybe is coming down next turn. we've got the Monleonis in hand. Just showing that just to clarify which card he searched. Yeah, reading this Avalanche Cloud is a fire earth multi-element. I believe that Code has that in the deck. Is it to search the Barret? Let me check that card text. Yeah, when Cloud enters the field, if you control drop Avalanche, operative forward, check up 2 of the 3 following actions. Choose one forward, deal 10k. Choose one to drop Avalanche of cost 4 or less in your break zone on the field, and all forwards you gain haste until the end of the turn. Yeah, so it's like if Barrett's already on the field, or Billy Bob, I believe he also is carrying in his deck, will be something that will combo with that Cloud. I'm gonna play Zach from the limit break. 3,000 is gonna go to. I think we're just gonna think about it. To the eject. Double check the effect that it's already been used. Yeah, 3,000 to eject. Pay 4 here. Okay, to get the Monleonis on the field. Thinking about pulling back that Cloud. Yeah. Pulling the Cloud, we're going to get rid of the eject, finish it off. Right, because the job Avalanche that's on the... no, we pitched the Vincent. Okay, we pitched the Vincent to finish it off. Okay. I was gonna say there's no other job Avalanche on the field to be able to use the effect, so we pinched the Vincent instead. 7k. Okay, we do get rid of the Princess Goblin for the Shinryu. So 3 backups, Princess Goblin out, the Shinryu's already in hand. No, I thought that the Cloud used it, but there was no Avalanche forward. He pitched the Vincent instead. Yeah. There was a Vincent backup. Right, so Jex come on. Cleaned up a bit of the board, which is what, Monofire tends to do. Just dishing out damage everywhere. Alright, we're gonna... It looks like there's a bit of discussion. Okay, I think everything's good. I think the players are good. Yeah, Rebellion, I don't know. I think he didn't really have much of a choice. But yeah, it's unfortunate that he wasn't able to get that 10k off. That would have been nice. Ward's gonna come on. Yeah, this one looks like it's gonna wrap up here. Well, I mean, yeah, this is looking a bit rough. We're gonna hit with 2 more on Amaterasu. Yeah, we're just seeing what the experts gives us. All right, so now we're up to 6. 1 point from lethal. Shantoto would be nice. There it is. So he was hanging on to the Shantoto. So ditching that Vincent in the end gave him space to be able to respond with the Shantoto. So unfortunately he couldn't get that Cloud off, but by virtue of not being able to use that cloud, he had to use the Vincent, and it gave him this opportunity to clear the board. So I don't think there's anything with haste in Fernandis' deck. Let me just double check. We've got Cloud, Terra, Eject, Minwu, Ward, Demon, Shinryu, Range. I think he's safe from. We do have the haste Goblin, but I think they've already been ditched. So Code should be safe from lethal this round. Yeah, so we're gonna play the Minwu. We're gonna use her ability to bring the Goblin. We're gonna play that Goblin. And we're gonna search the haste Goblin that's in. Yeah, so we're gonna scoop here. Yeah, so now we're going 1-1. Yeah, so that was smart to pull the Minwu out. Use the ability, play the Goblin for 1, search the haste Goblin, and enter for the last bit of damage there. All right, so we are 1-1 at the moment. Going into game 3 here between the Monoearth and Monofire. Yeah, and that was a pretty smart play. Yeah, he didn't have enough LB. He had already thrown out the Mont earlier. He threw out a Mont and he threw out 2 Zacks, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. So interesting. First match of round, the first match of round 1. We had a 2-0 for Mono Lightning, Water Lightning Monsters against another Mono Earth deck, and now we're seeing Mono Earth against another deck, Fire, holding up well. But sometimes when all that damage comes in 2 turns like that and just wipes your board, not much you can do even after you Shen Toto. That the Minwu play can be devastating. Because yeah, you could if you have the limit break, you can throw the Mont in, pull the Minwu, pull whoever you want, give everybody haste, discard 3, kill everybody, then attack. So that's a pretty devastating combo. Happened to me last week in the local qualifier. I was playing Magissa against Monofire, and they did exactly that. Threw out the Monolinus, pulled Minwu, forgot who else they pulled, didn't matter. Discarded, wiped my board, and then hasted me. Nothing you can really do. Sometimes it just ends up being a good play. All right, so game 3. Ditching 2 clouds, pulling 1 back. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. For the selfie. Yeah, exactly, man. Sometimes they just have it, Same thing with knights, if if Karilla reveals a Laswell and a Charlotte, sometimes that's just how the cookie crumbles, man. Nothing much you can do. Just try to react and stick to your game plan. Yeah, Slackborn, I don't know if this is your Monofire list from the French Materia Cup. I think it's similar, but I don't think it's the same. Looks like I don't remember your whole list, but actually it might be. Did you run goblins in yours? All both 2 haste goblins and 3 normal goblins. Is that surely? Yeah, it might be the same, bro. Yeah, so Slackborn won or got into top 2, I believe, of the French Materia Cup, and a lot of the Spanish players like to use his Monofire list. after that. Right, so we play the goblin off of the selfie. Ah, good call. Let me go over there and check and call that out. 1 second, guys. All good. Thank you for that call out. Carmen, that's actually that's my tapete. That's my playmat. But I'm glad you like it. Okay, so I think we played the Princess Goblin. Did we search the Shinryu? I suppose we did. He's not carrying any other light cards in the deck. Ramping up slightly different in this round. Last round, Fernandis was able to set his backups fairly quickly and match Earth's tempo. This time, I think Earth's getting a little bit ahead here, at least on backups, which is always good for them. And the sooner we can do that, the sooner we can get out the Warrior of Light. But here, we're going to respond with searching the whole Goblin crew. So that's going to leave us 1 Haste Goblin in the deck. Oh no, it's already been discarded. So that is the last Haste Goblin. Let's see what other moves we make. Put down a forward here. Hello, Lismet. All right, we're going to put down the Saz, and we're going to look. He looked for Ifrit last round. Yeah, he's going to take the Amaterasu, yeah. That's what he was going to do last game. But he just, wanted to make me look a little bit silly. This time I got it right. Searching the Amaterasu, passing turn. Although, if he wants to cast it now, he's going to have to overpay just a bit. But he's looking good in the hand, so... Yeah, so like, for example, if he wants to cancel this, is he going to... No, he's going to let it go through. I think next turn we'll see a chef come in, draw a card, and maybe... sorry, the human come in, and then the chef, maybe? Yeah, still Monoearth is getting Code is getting a 1 turn with all 5 backups up before Fire can come back with that. So Inga's coming in, Warrior of Lights. We've got the Phoenix. So right now Fernandis doesn't have too much in response. I mean, he can ditch. He's got 2 humans. He can ditch the goblins to take out 1 of them, and then play the Phoenix for another 9k. But that's it. That leaves him pretty open after that. And he won't be able to get the backups out. So let's see what he does here. Surely 1 human is going to come in to get a draw. Is he going to... Okay. Yeah. So here comes a human. We're going to do 7,000 to the Emmet. Yeah, I think I agree with you, Crixus. I think Fernandis lost a turn of economy there. But he does get the last 2 backups here. Does get to draw 2 cards and does get to clear the board. So all in all, not the worst case scenario. Still has the Amaterasu in hand. Leaves the Princess Goblin up. 2 Amaterasus in hand. So he could potentially dummy it. Use 1. Keep the other 1 in hand. Maybe Code might not expect a second Amaterasu. Although what I do know about Code is he's always thinking about Amaterasu. So he did have the backups, Fabian. He did have both humans in hand before he did the goblin play. So, all right. So, yeah, we're gonna get rid of the Warrior of Light. Yeah, man, Monofire sometimes it just destroys your whole board. And you got Cloud, Billy Bob. It's harder for me to see the red player's hands. I might try to see if I can move the camera after this round. Yeah, Billy Bob and Cloud I've seen for sure. I don't know what else is there. Missing 3 more cards. No, Slacks won. It wasn't Fernandis that got second. That was Quintana. That was another player. But he did use your deck and he did make it to second. He lost out to Yuna. It was a 2-0. Yuna won that one. Although he had an opportunity to win, but he was just a little demoralized playing against Yuna. He was a little bit frustrated. But when I was watching the match, he had a chance. All right, so we set the Luso, searching a standard unit. I mean, usually this is to search the chef for the fifth backup, but we're gonna pull the human. I guess we're gonna potentially do a Vincent play to bring that back in. Ah, okay. Ah, yeah. Obviously, I just missed that. Yeah, so we got to get the goblin back up into. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. So that'll give us another draw, but that is a wasted amount of damage from the backup, the free damage that comes in for having more than 4 fire backups. We did see last round that Fernandis did throw some forwards in that do damage on play without any forwards on the field to do damage to, but in the end it didn't hurt him too much. Although this time the board state is a little bit different. That is a good point. Luso is so 9K when a standard unit enters. Isn't that, or is it if there's a certain amount? When this enters the field, when a job standing unit enters your field, yeah. So it's only a 9K on his turn. See how we're on time. So 25 minutes left in this best of 3. This is game 3 for those of you that might not have been here before. We're 1-1 at the moment. KodeStrife won the first round with his Monoearth, and round 2 went to the Monofire. Right now we're in a bit of a stalemate. Both players just basically killing each other's board. And I do believe both of these players are 1-0, if I'm not mistaken. They did both win their first round matches. So obviously starting the tournament 2-0 is not a bad way to begin. I believe if you finish 4-2 today, that you should be okay for top 16. But my math might not be that good. You might have to go to tiebreakers for that. Okay, thanks for confirming. I really appreciate you guys in chat today, making this mono cast session a lot more fun. Would be nice. I might try to see if we can get some interviews later on. If someone's willing to speak in English, otherwise I can just try to translate whatever they say. But I think it'd be cool maybe round four to see who's at the top, what they're playing and how they're feeling. I know there are 3 Cat 4 Unidecks out there. Actually, in round 1 we had a mirror. Una. 2 people from the local scene here in Barcelona ended up playing against each other. So that was interesting. I didn't get to see the match, but starting round 1 with Mira Una. So if I'm not mistaken, yeah, there's 3 Unidecks. We'll see if we can get one on stream. Just I know people are curious to see how it performs against certain archetypes, other archetypes. Okay, so this turn took a little while to develop. But it looks like in the end we're going to get some bodies on the field, which actually bounce the Luso. This actually might be a really good play here because I don't know if Fernandis has a response in hand. He could throw a Vincent from the limit break, but he likely needs to save those cards for another Montleonis if he's got it. So let's see what he top decks here. Ifrit? Was that an Ifrit? And maybe there was eject? Let's see. Yeah, it's eject, isn't it? Eject will come in. Yeah, it's definitely eject. He's debating on the eject. I think there's a Shinryu still in hand. So there are options here. If he does this, it'll deal 9k to something. I think he might just be thinking about what he wants to do the 9k to. Yeah, definitely he's got to disrupt the Leo. Otherwise, we'll have a Warrior Light coming in here. So let's see what he does. So he's paying 8. Okay, so we're going to straight up just Montleonis right away. Leaves us with 3 CP from the backups to play something if there's a Minwu in the break zone. Let's see what, yeah, so the Minwu's there, okay? And Cloud. So Cloud's gonna come do 8k right away and then probably go for the draw. Yeah. Yeah. Jack will likely come in. That's the thing about Monofire with the limit break. With Montleonis, you can just pull out a board wipe basically out of almost out of thin air. And not only do you board wipe, but you're also building your camp and then giving everything haste. It's pretty nuts. Right, so we're gonna draw off the Cloud. This is gonna be the Shinryu. So that's a pretty hefty board. Code does have the Shantoto in the limit break. And Fernandis has no hand, so there's no Amaterasu coming in. So that might be the play we see after this is all said and done. Oh. Yeah, I imagine it's Shantoto next. We do. Oh, that's a really good X burst there. Another 2 CP in hand. 1 damage. Are we doing more? Before I update. No, passing turn. Cool. All right. Well, let's see what happens here. I mean, Shantoto would get rid of his own. He'd get rid of his Leo. So maybe not yet. At the moment, he might not be thinking about it. He might not be thinking about the ject. He might be waiting to see what Code plays. Right, because if he did do the Shantoto limit break, oh. If he does do the Shantoto limit break, Fernandis could respond with eject. Before the board is wiped. I wonder if Fernandis has overextended a bit here. Ah, okay, it's just during your own turn. Okay, so then yeah, no eject here. Yeah, I think that's the dangerous thing about playing Monofire, isn't it? Like you can just throw, forwards on the field, but it can be punished so easily. Especially when you've left yourself open without any Amaterasu or any summon at all to respond with damage. I don't know if the Shinryu was the best play. I think he didn't want it in his hand. I don't know. If I know how Code likes to play, and I think he's feeling a little bit confident at the moment. I think he feels like he's got control on this one. He does like to run through every possible play in his head before he makes a play. The typical thing when you see players counting in their heads or with their hands and playing imaginary cards. Something that we all do. So it looks like we're putting 6 CP apart. To play what, though? The new Barret is Avalanche only, right? I know. Yeah, 7 or more category 7 forward. Characters. Sorry. Yeah, so the Barret's not an option here. He does have it. He does have 2 in the deck, I believe. He has 3 in the deck. But I think it might be more for the search rather than obviously the 7 Avalanche characters. Ultima. There is no Ultima in this deck. No. No. Uh, yeah, that's why the players couldn't see the time. So there's about 21 minutes left. Yeah, it's an interesting day. We've got, I see some French people in the chat. We've got French players here. We've got French judges. We've got, I'm American, but I live here in Spain. So I'm, English. We've got Spanish. There's Italian going on. Lots of languages happening at the same time. Always fun a good mental test. Okay, so we've played the Billy Bob. What did we search off the Billy Bob? Yeah, I think Shantoto LB is the right play, but I wonder if he thinks he can wait another turn. He might be thinking, wait one more turn, see if Fernandis throws more things on the field. Or maybe, yeah, maybe he can clean up without it and save it. I think he's... Did he search the cloud? Because now the cloud enters is a 10k. 10k pop. So if he searched the M itself, no response, obviously, because Fernandis has no hand. Surely... Is this going to be the cloud? 10k pop. It is going to be the cloud 10k pop. Yeah. Yeah, so this cloud is going to give haste and do 10k, probably. So we're going to pop the... Yeah. So he did a double 10k. We're going to hit with the Leo. Demon. That's actually not a bad thing to go to damage because there are 2 Avalanche on the field. And a Brynhildr 5k to the Monoearth, and he passes. So 2, not bad. Cleans up a little bit. Does 2 damage there. I think we were all expecting the Shantoto, but we don't know what we didn't see his hand. So sometimes you gotta let the players play their game. It is not the KP deck, Slaxo1. It has similar cards, but Code is playing more of an Avalanche package. I think he's got the Barret. Well, I don't know if KP had Barret in his deck. It's similar, but I do think it's slightly different. Code is not someone that tends to... He doesn't like to really copy meta decks. He's actually been testing a lot. He's been testing a lot with Soldier, and he brought Soldier to a few events. It didn't do too well. So then he switched to Earth-Avalanche, which he played last weekend at the qualifier. He got top 4 and actually lost to Monofire 2-0. So he made some additional changes, and now it's more of a steady Mono-Earth rather than just Avalanche. And it seems to be working so far. So we'll see how it goes, how this game wraps up. Gonna bring the Terra in to search out the Ifrit, which we do have a back to play it. Get rid of the Leo. We're gonna hit here. Oh, we're gonna pass turn. Okay. Yeah, I think that Jekt, like you said, would have taken care of the Leo. Or any other foe that was on. It was the Mount Linus and Leo, I think, right? Yeah, I mean, it might be something in retrospect. Because now what's going to come down... Just counting the decks here to see how many cards remain. We've got 9 minutes left on the clock. I think neither player would be too happy going here. Another Brynhildr, I think. So 5k to the Terra. Did he just kill his own Terra? Draw? I think so. Yeah, that might be what Fernandis was looking at, counting the cards. There's still a fair amount of cards in the deck, from what I can see here. I'd say we got at least, I don't know, 8 turns maybe. We just zacked, so that means no more Shantoto from the break zone. Sorry, from the limit break deck. So yeah, that was the card that we sacrificed for the Zack. So I think Code feels like he's in a position that he can finish this off. Throwing the ward, 7,000. Let me update the damage. So the Jack does come, maybe later than it needed to, but the Jack does come. I wonder if Code regrets getting rid of that Shantoto. Players just taking the time again. We're down to about 7 minutes, just 6 minutes now, 6 minutes and 58 seconds. Pressure of the clock can sometimes make players do some more aggressive moves than maybe they typically do. Okay, so Kusith is going to come out to search. So with the Kusith, we're going to be able to pull out a forward from the break zone. Just checking what he's got in hand. Surely this is going to be... Is it going to be the Leo? Players just clarifying some of the abilities of the cards that are on the field. Counting the hands. It's going to be the Monoearth. Emmet Soak. Okay, it's going to be the Emmet Soak. Is it going to see play immediately? It is going to see play immediately. Now we're going to search again. Again, Fernandis has no hand, so no worry of any Amaterasu, no worry of any Ifrits coming down. Okay, so that's the play that he wanted to go for. Play the Ingus, and now we're gonna party Zack and Cloud. I think take the Ifrit damage. No, Rebellion, I can see the players here. While he was searching the deck, they were having a conversation at the same time. So on stream, it looks like he was just looking at the deck, but they were actually talking. Yeah, is that search mandatory? Yeah. Let me double check. No, it says you may. It says you may. It's not mandatory. Don't know if it was missed. A missed trigger there, or maybe we didn't. Maybe he pulled 2 from the search. Like when he pulled Ingus out, he might have pulled another card, and we might have just missed it. It's also a possibility. Yeah, could also be no more forwards. We are getting close to 3 minutes and 45 seconds left on the clock before we go to turns. Yeah, so we're at 2 damage for red. Oh, it's 2 to 4. Sorry, thought I updated the other one. There we go. That should be right. So what's the play here? There is about, I want to say there's at least, I want to say at least 8 or maybe 8 cards left in the deck. I think we're okay right now. There we go. Okay. We got the Neo X Def coming in. Gonna hit with the MX Selk. No X on the first one. No, there's an, yeah, but I think he takes the ward. Ward comes in, 7K. Sweet. No, Earth 1, game 1, yeah. Yeah, I think now they're just checking like what would have happened had the game went on or had they drawn differently. But yeah, Mono-Earth does just take the win over Monofire. So GG's. That was a really kind of a tense game near the end. I think we saw a few misplays from both the players, but it was interesting to see. Yeah. So again, yeah, KodeStrife, the winner of this best of 3, is kind of sponsoring us with the stream. We're using his Twitch channel. So if you guys are here, you guys are enjoying the commentating, please give him a follow, show him some extra support. He's really a champion of trying to promote Final Fantasy here in Spain, and he would really appreciate all that.